Okay, so good afternoon. We are concrete snaggers, and we decided to attempt challenge number 5. Basically, we were supposed to optimize certain parameters across snag data, program activities, and things like that. And we did do our best. So first, let me explain to you what we were given and what sort of challenges we encountered. So we got 3 effectively disparate data sets. There was one data set with program activities, there was one data set with snags, and there was a third data set with effectively traits representing different vendors and their clock in and clock out sort of times. Now, the main challenge for us was interestingly, the data quality, because there was no way, no objective way to link those 3 data sets in any way at all. The only somewhat common denominator were the dates, but even dates, we couldn't necessarily match the data sets in a reliable way, right? We considered introducing additional data points, some mock-up data to sort of make the task a bit easier, but in the end we decided to persevere and just see what we can do with what we have. We made some assumptions, as you see on the screen here, right? So again, no alterations to the data set, it is what it is. And we had to make some other assumptions related to dates, because again, even with dates, there was no real commonality in terms of what those dates were called, what they represented, and how they linked between the 3 data sets. So with that, let us explain to you what we managed to achieve.
Thank you. So what we did was we basically started to look at the snag data set, and we wanted to sort of see how different, start looking at different packages and how the snags are sort of show like a timeline of the snags. So I'll just try to switch to, we use Power BI to do the visualization bit. So, okay, what's going on? How can I switch between Power BI and Microsoft?
Which one is it?
No, that one. That's Power BI. How can I?
Okay.
Probably just stick with that. Yeah.
You exit this.
Exit this. Yeah. Sorry, I think I'll just stick to this one. Sorry. It's all right.
Can you show screenshot? Is that?
Yeah.
Maybe you want
Sorry, folks, technical issues.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. So basically, what we did was we picked the concrete package as one of our examples, and that information we got from the program. And then what we did was we went back to our snagging data set and we tried to pick up traits which would be involved in completion of the concrete package. So this timeline shows us over a period of like 3 years what's the total duration of snags were in each of the individual years. And then this table shows us what level those snags were present at. So over duration of that timeline, and in the description you can see that a lot of those snags are related to the scraping of concrete. So there were visits being made to the site just to do that. So if you could sort of come up with a strategy to sort of combine all of them together and then send the concreter to finish the job, so that would save us time, and that's the insight we got from the data set. We also used a new feature called okay, so we used a new feature in Power BI just called Key Influencer, and we used this feature to do some kind of machine learning, applied machine learning models of the data set. And one of the things which we found while we were analyzing the data was that the description of the activities were not of high quality, so we were not able to sort of figure out what the data was trying to tell us. So, for example, if you look at this one here, so the duration of the snag will increase at because of some of these factors, but we're not able to sort of figure out what that description is. So location 2 is level 0, so that's increasing the duration of snag, but if there was like better quality of data in terms of its description, then we would have been able to sort of be more precise. In terms of improvements, I think one of the improvements would be to improve the capturing the data, and there should be some kind of unique identifier linking the snags to the program. Also, we sort of, when we were doing the analysis, we found that there are some links between the weather data and the snagging on the work packages. Some of the future improvements could be to use maybe NLP to do better capture the description of activities in a better way. Yeah, apply machine learning models within Power BI to predict future outcomes. Thank you. Any questions? Sorry.
So, in terms of the impact on the program, were there some particular activities that you came across that were causing most variation?
So we decided to look at like one of the key packages, which was concrete, yeah, and then sort of work on it and try to do some linkages with some of the trades which we thought might be responsible to cause delay. So if you go to that slide, to the concrete slide, it basically sort of shows you that the concrete guys were coming back to do those tasks. So the scraping off tasks were causing the most amount of snags in that package. So if you do like a package by package kind of breakdown, then we can see which tasks were causing the most amount of snags, and we could come up with like construction methodologies to ensure that, you know, to minimize time we spend fixing those.
And I guess the reason why in the end we decided to pick this particular package is because, again, of this lack of traceability. We couldn't necessarily trace a snag to an activity in the program. We couldn't trace, you know, your trades data to anything else. So we had to pick something that, you know, logically we could trace to all those things. And concrete was easier to trace across those three data sets. And it was just our logical sort of link that we had to make here.
Yeah, brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you.